Blog Talk Radio.
Okay.
Welcome to Take Two Radio. We are pleased to bring you interviews with people in the entertainment and music industry, discussions and recaps of the 4 remaining daytime soaps. That's The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, as well as various other shows. For upcoming and previous shows, check take2radio.com. That's with the number 2. And you can find us on Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and other streaming apps. Follow us on social media at Take2 Radio, and thanks for listening.
Hi, I'm David of Take Two Radio Soaps in Review, and I'm standing in for Pam. And I believe we got all of us here. Anthony, Will, and Carolyn.
Hey, everybody. It's great to be back with everyone.
Welcome back, Carolyn.
Thank you.
And we're waiting. Candace is on her way. So, how's everybody tonight? I'm waiting for my nerves to
doing
die
wonderful.
I'm good.
I'm
How about you?
Chippers out there. I could definitely use them. It's been a killer couple of weeks.
I can imagine.
Are we waiting for Candace?
We're waiting for Candace. She said she was on her way. I'm sure.
Awesome.
I'm going to try and relax now since I have the hardest time dialing. I think I'm going to get rid of decaffeinate everything in my life because I'm so jittery. And I couldn't even dial the number to get in. I'm lucky I got you in time. I've been doing it for 10 minutes and I still couldn't get it.
Hey, Willie?
I know what you guys mean. I added Take Two Radio to like one of my favorites on my keypad. So if I press like a number 2, it'll take me straight to you guys, and it's easier for me to say that instead of asking Siri to do it.
Well, I have a little difficult decision since I'm in charge. I have to do what Pam does, and I got 2 numbers to do, so.
So while we wait for...
You want to start on days for Carolyn?
Carolyn, into the biggest news of all.
There she is. There she is. Candace is here.
Can you hear me?
You know, hey, welcome.
Here's Candace.
So we have 2 major anniversaries. One that we are currently speaking, one coming up next week. So the following show, I'm to General Hospital, but I think we should start with The Young and the Restless to celebrate their 50th. Does everybody else agree?
How do you feel, Carolyn?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I'll run through some Young and the Restless, and then we'll jump to days.
That's fine. Okay. So to
All
start
right,
it off,
50,
go ahead.
50 years, we've got to go to the one who has been restless for the longest out of all of us here on this call. So we have got to throw it to our Candy Poe to start us off. 50 years, Candy. What do you...
Well, you know, I haven't been around for 50 years, but what I can tell you is that, you know, it's, you guys know my voice. I actually did this last night where I said that, you know, Young and the Restless, it's definitely left a legacy. I mean, it's continuing to a legacy by the Bell family, by the way, in the hour on CBS and Paramount Plus. You can watch the Young and the Restless primetime special. I didn't get paid for that, but just to let y'all know, 8 o'clock is the primetime special. But the last couple of episodes of Young and the Restless, my God. I feel like the spirit of William J. Bell came into the writer's room and, like, wrote the episodes, because you're getting – and I think I said this last time, is that in the next couple of episodes, you know, starting last week and, you know, and probably, you know, the next 2 weeks, they're honoring their history and they're honoring William J. Bell. Case in point, we got a gala. We got a party to celebrate the best of the best in the GC, right? We're honoring the GC bicentennial. And yes, I know if you're a Days fan who watches Young and the Restless, you thought the same thing. Really, Josh? Really? With this, though, it's a different vibe, because I'm just going to say it. The production, the lighting has been on point. And the fact that the General City Athletic Club is back, baby, I'm like,
it is.
I was like, I was not prepared. The fact that we have characters, and see, these characters haven't been on the show. I mean, other than, if you watched today, you know, y'all saw, you know, Nina and, of course, Danny. But we haven't seen Aunt May May. We haven't seen Leanna Love. We have not seen Gina Rome. You know, we haven't seen them in a hot minute. But it's like they come in and they are a part of the storyline that is currently going on right now. And the shade between Aunt May May and Jill is still there. So you have Phyllis. You know, Phyllis is gun-ho. Gun-ho. Trying to really just prove the point that Diane is evil, even though Diane has been in town for almost a year now. Well, actually a year. Yeah. And really hasn't done anything. But, you know, now Phyllis has teamed up with Jeremy. And they're up to no good. And real quick, I just want everybody's thoughts about this, because do you guys feel as though Phyllis needs to really back off? Because she's really not doing she's doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
Let's start with you, David.
With me, I think this is part of her plan. I think her and Jeremy are trying to unravel Diane up or out or whatever, and I think from what the previews are, it looks like it's working, and I think what Phyllis wants is to have Jack and Summer take a look at what Diane is doing and catching her in that, and I think it's going to get worse before it gets a lot better. I was so hoping that Diane was on the up and up. If she can be unraveled like that, then I don't know. I was hoping.
My brother from another set of parents, Anthony. Okay, I have a two-parter for you. Okay, because I was thinking about you when I saw this. Do we still believe? No, I'm going to reword it. Are you worried more so about Jack's feelings than Kyle's feelings regarding if or when Diane, keep that in mind, if Diane is playing them, okay, like acting like nothing, like everything is kumbaya, she has nothing, but then we surprise, she's up to no good. And my other part of the question is, Jeremy and Phyllis, couple or no?
Yes. Yes, couple.
Seriously, drop. Can you drop?
Oh, yeah. Where are we? I think they make a good couple. I think
Okay.
Anthony dropped. Hold on. Let me see if I can get him back. All right. There you
All
are,
right,
Anthony.
yes. I got dropped off the call. I've been listening. I heard Candace's questions. So I have to say this. I'm glad that they're finally writing Phyllis true to character. It's been so long that we've been looking at the character saying, like, what are they going through? What are they doing with her? You know, if it was growth and it was leading towards something, I would have been like, okay, let's go with it. They're finally writing her to the core of who Phyllis is. So I'm loving it. I'm going to take your second question first. Yes, 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 and yes. I would love to see them, fall into, you're not going to get me before I get you while we're getting Diane. That only turns into, oh, my God, I have to have you. But yet they're still going to be cautious and, dancing around each other, but eventually lead to a couple. To your first question, for different reasons, I have to say both. I often wonder with soap characters, and they come back from the dead, and there's evil twins, et cetera, but I often wonder to myself, how much can one person take? How many times can one heart break? How many times can one bury one's child, have them come back, bury them again? And Jack is one of those characters, but when you've been on canvas for almost all of the 50 years of this show, a good, 43 years that the Jack Abbott character's been around? 45 years?
Yep.
At some point they start repeating storylines. What they did with Nikki, they did with Jack. What they did with Jack, they'll do with, And so you have to think to yourself, if and when, and I'm going to go with when, because with an actress like Susan, for Diane not to go, if they fade her off into the sun and let her leave, if she doesn't go off the rails, not that she's leaving anytime soon, don't get me wrong, but, with an actress like that, if you don't let the cuckoo crazy come back out, you're throwing away a huge storyline potential. So going back to Jack and Kyle, how many more heartbreaks can he take before he just starts to lose his mind? Like, seriously. And Kyle, I think Kyle doesn't get the credit for the strength that he has.
He needs to.
He needs to get the credit for the strength that he has, and he's a I can never say that word, diachromatic thinker. He thinks with both the emotional side of his brain and the analytical side of his brain. So I don't think that no matter what happens, this will destroy Kyle. But, when is he ever going to also kind of get a break? Something, the two women in his life who have been mother figures have both been quite disappointing, so to speak. All that he's been through, but even saying all that, I still want to see Diane go off the rails and let the cuckoo crazy come back to town. Woo, woo.
It's coming.
Willie, what about you, my friend?
Okay.
I am loving it. And Candace, you're going to love this reference. I am feeling the Annie versus Reva vibe that we got in Guiding Light. Remember how they would fight, and then remember how Annie, Reva set Annie up to look like she pushed her in the remember the ward that she was in, like a crazy loony bin. This is where I'm getting, and I'm with the rest of y'all. I am feeling the vibe of Young and the Restless again. It feels so good. As far as Jeremy and Phyllis, I don't know if there'll be a couple, but they are steamy together. I'll give it that. I mean, even if they're not a couple, even if it's just a fair or whatever, I'm all for it. I mean, you cannot deny the chemistry. I haven't seen this excitement for Phyllis since she was with Ronan.
Yeah, before Candace goes on, I want to hark back to what she opened up with, the production values. This is the Young and the Restless. This is the show that always had the glamour. There's the Q mansion. Every soap has its mansion. Every soap has its rich family. But the Young and the Restless by far always brought us the glamour. Always brought us, the expensive cocktail parties, the beyond plastic weddings, et cetera, et cetera. So to understand that part of the production value is also a throwback and an honor to 50 years of glamour. So, kudos all around for that as well. Candace, what else you have for us?
Okay. So I must talk about this because, okay, so as we all know, at the gala, not the event of the year, if you didn't get a ticket, I don't know what to tell you. You should have been there. You should have called one of us. We would have got you in there. At the event, the ultimate. So Sally, who is pregnant, okay, follow me at home, folks.
Yep.
Sally, who is pregnant by Adam, right, is still with Nick. Even though Summer said to her, because when she found out that she was pregnant with Summer's cousin, y'all got this? Y'all follow me, right? Okay. That Sally needs to go back to Adam. So Summer is like, stay away from my dad, go to my Uncle Adam, because you're pregnant by Adam. All right. Y'all follow me? Okay. At the party, when Nick and Sally was all like, ooh, and glazing into the camera's lens and everything, here comes Adam with a date, and it was Sharon.
And Sharon.
Okay. We need to address this right now. Young and Restless, listen to me very carefully.
Yep.
We know who was given the most eye. Can I say this? I want to make sure I want to clarify. It's not a bad thing. We know who was given the eye sex. I'm going to say it now. Sharon and Nick had sit still. But, okay, Sally and Adam fans, I see it. I get it. I understand the assignment. What do you guys think about all of this? Do you feel as though Sally and Adam just needs to get back together? Or what?
I can tell you one thing.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough time to get invested in either one of the guys.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know
so
which way to go.
I'm going to jump on this, and I'm full disclosure. I have been a Sharon and Nick fan because when I really started to watch The Young and the Restless for real, not just on commercials from other soaps.
Right.
It was the height of Sharon and Nick, so I love that pairing. Secondly, we've seen Sharon and Adam as a couple. We've seen Sharon and Adam as friends. We've seen them as frenemies, and we've seen them as all-out enemies. They've played this beat how many times? Now, let's take a little page from real life for a second. We all know that Sharon and Mark did not work out. So I don't want to see them go down that road and put these two together and have them be, uncomfortable, and it translates on the screen that way for story's sake. As far as Sally and either one of them, like David said, there's not enough investment for either of them, but I would rather see Sally with Adam, and I would love to see them flirt with Sharon and Nick again. Only I'm going to tell you this, Young and the Restless, either give us the moment where they say to each other, oh, we're going to try this, and then they look at each other at some point, maybe let them hit the sheets and all that, but then they look at each other and say, we've done this too many times, we know it doesn't work, or you give them an epic comeback together storyline. But as far as Sally goes, to me, it doesn't matter either one of them. And honestly, there was that one scene about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, whatever it is. I think I see chemistry with Sally and Billy. Just to throw a monkey wrench all across the canvas. Candace. Imagine the storyline potential if he is going to potentially be raising Adam's child
Again.
If that.
Billy's
well, I'm just
doing
gonna
it.
say,
Billy's doing it.
how can I say this? I don't think that baby's going to see the light of day. That's just me, and that's because also the dramatic purpose of it all. Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel as though, okay, Young and the Restless, I'm glad you did not do the who's your father, paternity test swap, all that. I'm glad that you truly was honest. It's like, hey, I laid up under this one brother, but I'm still with the other. And then half of me was like, to make Sally like really a character. Could you have imagined if she would have gotten pregnant on purpose to ensure money for her company? I know. People would have been like,
I can see that.
Right. Like, ooh, that is scandalous. Okay, soap characters used to do this back in the day. Don't be surprised.
Now, that would have been good. I agree with you, Candace. That would have been a fun twist. Also, as far as the stories of the triangle going, I liked Adam with Sally. Don't get me wrong, but I'm back. I'm on the bandwagon again with Sharon and Adam. Nick can go after Lily because I am seeing major chemistry with Daniel and Chelsea because Lily was recently jealous. And Kyle can go with Sally because Sally and Kyle recently had a scene, and I could see they were trying to test chemistry, different characters together. I can see where these things are going.
And I saw that, and I was going to say that because you guys did mention about Chelsea and Daniel and all that. Here's the thing: I'm noticing this is that they're really trying to come test a little bit here and there with certain people. Not everybody, but with certain people. And I'm like, that's interesting that you guys are doing it because they're even doing it. And we're gonna just real quick jump to the storyline. When it comes to Victoria, Nate, Elena, baby girl. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me give my hug to Elena. Girl, it's going to be all right.
Right.
Like, once a cheater, but Elena, once a cheater, always a cheater. Remember that line. But then you have Audra. What's her name again? I'm going to mess this up.
Audra.
Audra. Thank you. I want to call her Andrea, but I know, you got her, right? And I'm going to be honest. The actress who plays her and Sean Dominic, they have chemistry. Even though Young Russell, I know you're not playing them to be a couple, but when I see them, I'm like, now y'all know they got chemistry. Y'all just not going to do this. But let's talk about this. So you have Victoria, who is on her pedestal because she is Victor's favorite child. Y'all saw that video, right, with Melissa Orway? Okay, and we also know this for a fact. Okay, so her and Nate, they've been getting very chummy together to the point where, Victoria had a dream about him in bed, kissing away her boo-boos. We're a family show. And, she kind of extended, like, saying, like, hey, Nate, I need you to work after hours with me, da-da-da. But Nate decided, I've been working too hard, too long. I haven't paid attention to my girl, Elena. But because of certain incidents and people looking at Victoria and Nate, people are starting to speculate and putting stuff in Elena's ear.
Yep, she is. She's planting.
Point now, right, that homegirl has been saying to Elena, maybe we should get in contact with JT.
That's the Abby Fairgate. She's doing the Abby Fairgate.
She is so doing the Abby Fairgate. Let me just say this real quick. Let me just because I have an issue, but I don't have an issue. This is going to make so much sense. Young and the Restless. About 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe. We kind of did a similar story in the sense it wasn't with Victoria, but Victoria was a part of it in some ways. Yeah. You do realize that, and Young and Russell, if you do, let me tell you something. Right now, like I said, William J. Bell, right? The man, the myth, the legend. I can see the shadowing. We all realize that Victoria is sort of harassing Nate, and also sexual harassment is
Oh, I see that coming.
Okay. Because
I see that coming.
First and foremost, Nate, you and Victoria kissed. She's your boss. you are having these late night rendezvous, drinking at the bar and stuff like that. Y'all, it's like what's called said, the way y'all two look at each other, it's like you guys got a secret. Okay, Victoria, you know what happened with, and I'm going to bring his name up, Kane, even though, like, you know, that whole thing, you know, with Juliet and this baby. We don't hear about the baby. Yeah. The baby's doing okay. But I'm like, okay, Victoria, you need to be careful, and so should you, Nate. But because other people are seeing it, this is going to be interesting if they go down that route. All right, Elena, you do realize the way you got Nate, right?
Thank you, girl, because that's what I was about to bring up.
Because and y'all like this, Candace, these ain't real people, but guess what? Right now, this is about to be real. You all boo-hooing, crying because Nate is spending time at a job that he's actually exceeding in, he's excelled in, okay? And you all there like, well, you know, I shouldn't be worried, but I noticed you and Victoria getting close. Honey, do you remember somebody else saying that when you and Nate was at the hospital getting it on like Grey's Anatomy? Do you remember? Like, you're so conflicted on that. You gave up a good man. By the way, I'm going to bring up Amanda in a minute, too. See, everybody cheated on somebody. Okay.
Everybody?
Then, okay. Now, the part I'm not liking this is JT.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's interesting, and I'm worried.
Going.
Right, because here's the thing. I heard a line, and I was like, nope. The line was that JT was the love of Victoria's life.
No, that's not.
And I was like, no. If we're going to do this, let's do it right. With Heather Tom's version, it was Ryan.
Yeah.
With Amelia Hunley, it was Billy Miller's version of Billy. The end, case point. So now you're going to bring back old, like, scary wounds because we didn't forget what JT did, okay? Tumor or not, he did some bad things. So my question to you guys is, what y'all think about all this now? Nate, Victoria, Elena, JT, Abby Fairgate 2.0.
Yep.
Okay, so this is my hope. I wish you could say, but this is my hope. I actually hope that we get a real sexual harassment kind of story.
I do too.
But it comes down to it, or was it Elena who started all this mess in the first place? Real messy, let it get real soapy, and let it be a lot of fun along the way. For the storyline. The way I see it going right now, everything else pretty much liking, loving, or at least okay with. This storyline, first off, you know, for there not to have been like, yo, what are we doing here? You know, Victoria's playing it, so it wouldn't be her the one. It would be Nate. Yo, what are we doing here? You hating on me because I'm trying to be with my woman. And I do have to say this, Young and the Restless, but every once in a while, you can have a very light version of the racial conversation. It's unnatural that it's never addressed. So I'll be with a sexual harassment storyline.
I'm looking.
What about you?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I am. I am too. I see it coming. I'm trying to picture it how.
You know what? Kudos. Happy 50th anniversary. Thank you for 50 years of wonderful television. Overall, number one show for like 30 years. Thank you for.
Anthony, you're bringing it up. You're bringing it up, baby.
Am I?
Yeah.
Is this any better?
say something real quick.
Yeah, go quick.
All right, let's jump on over to Salem.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Carolyn, are you still here?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I
Yes,
can hear you
sir.
perfectly.
Loud and clear.
This is your show, dear.
Oh.
Okay.
It got renewed.
It got renewed.
Yeah. For 2 years.
Woo-hoo!
Well, I'm going to ask everyone a question. What of all
Go
the
ahead.
couples do you think who will last? I'm going to go Nicole and EJ, Eric and Sloan, Alex and Gwen, Stephanie and Chad, Gabby and Stefan, and Johnny and Wendy. But I want to know why Leo doesn't have a love interest on the show.
Mm.
They don't need one.
Leo has
Well,
Xander.
Oh, don't worry, Carolyn.
you know, we were
Leo-
about to see an offspring come back to Salem.
Leo's going to get a
so
lover
perhaps
that nobody expected, so get ready. It's going to be hot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now,
it's an offspring.
Who of the others are gonna last? Who do you like best these days? It's all hot sex in the afternoon.
It's all hot. Sloan's influence on Eric brings out another side to him, and it's because he lost his mother. And I like seeing this side of Eric come out because he's always been so wholesome. And now he's a little, yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean. So now now when he's with Sloan, he's, a little more grittier, and he's wise, and he's throwing off his sister, and he doesn't care. So I'm sort of enjoying that side of Eric.
Eric has now entered his Sammy stage, which I'm proud of, because that means he really – because after so long, you stop caring what other people think about you. And I think that's what Eric was always doing. It's like he was thinking about how everybody else perceives him, or he thinks about the situation and stuff like that. And with Sloan, I just feel as though it's interesting because somebody asked me this question, and pretty much I said the same. I mean, Sloan and Alex, and I'm going to use Alex, are pretty much the same in the sense that they are free. In the sense that, like with Eric, because Eric has always kind of been the opposite of Sammy, as we all know, is like he's now thrown caution to the wind. And, okay, side note, Greg Vaughn, okay, I'm calling you out because I need you to come back onto Take Two Radio and explain something to me. As a fan of the show, I feel as
Not
though
without that engagement ring.
I didn't say it. But the thing is that I really want to know, like, how he's enjoying playing this role right now, because I feel as though he's really enjoying being messy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, it's just the character is just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. Even though, Belle, you're my sister, I don't care. I don't really care. With Sloan and Eric, I don't think it's going to last, though, unfortunately, because I feel as though something's going to give, like a conscience. Like, Eric's going to get a conscience or something like that. With Chad and Stephanie, I'm sorry. I can't get behind them because it happened too freaking fast for me. Because I'm like, didn't we just bury Abby? Like, oh.
Yeah, I've got to jump in right there. I'm sorry, but the little ghostly appearance and, okay, it's okay for you to love again. I'm sorry. She didn't mean, hello, tonight it's Wednesday, and by Friday night be drunk at the bar and almost have, but be, find your moment, but 2 weeks later, no. Yeah, I agree 100%. It's way too fast.
Yeah. I feel as though, too, with Chad and Stephanie and Alex, it was just a retcon of, take Abby out, put Stephanie in, take Ben out, put Alex in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Even though, because I was like, where have I seen this before? Okay, so who was the other one you said? Gwen and Alex. Oh, that's just a fun time. Yeah, Gwen is on a rebound. You can clearly see it when she woke up and she was like, "Oh my God, did I sleep with you?" Yes, girl, you slept with Alex. And I wouldn't be mad about it, but I can understand your frustration because it's like you was led from Xander. Sorry, Xander. Sorry, baby. I love you too, but you kind of led her on just a little bit. And whatnot. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to, obviously, it was just a fling. It's just going to be a fling. They're just going to use each other.
You know what? I'm going to.
Oh,
go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
The fans are loving them. Social
Because
media
they're both
fans are loving
messy.
Alex and Glenn.
Because
they
they're
like the
both
mess.
messy. It's like they got burned. They pretty much got burned. Alex got burned from being CEO. And, because of Stephanie and all that stuff, Gwen is like, I tried to be the good person, even though, I tried to be, Daffy's girl. I tried to do this and whatnot. Nothing seems to work. I tried to be with the guy that I truly love, in a sense, because I think she does love Xander and stuff like that. She was ride or die. She was ride or die for Xander, seriously. And then you get all of this. Yeah, she's like this. You know what? Screw it. I'm with Alex. Yeah. But they're having a good time.
So you're saying two needy people together are not going to work?
Yeah.
I know we're dying to break in, but I'm going to tell you this. I think this is going to be the next couple of months of the musical, the merry-go-round of changing colors. But I will say, I love the chemistry between EJ now and Nicole, even more so than, what was his name? The old EJ.
James Scott.
James.
Yeah, James Scott. Thank you. I am loving the chemistry between the two of them. I don't see it lasting, but, I would love when, we know that Sammy is making another appearance. So I would love to see how that will, they still need to be together when Sammy gets back to Salem again.
I still want Gabby and EJ. I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back.
I just want to ask
what about Gabby and Stefan?
I don't think it's going to last.
I'm so bored with them. I can't. I'm so bored with Gabby and Stefan. Gabby says the same thing every day. She's supposed to be the love. Stefan's supposed to be the love of your life. Give me a break, Gabby. I don't buy it.
Missed something. I feel as though they really missed something with this storyline, and I can't really put my finger on it because, even with the Chloe thing, I was like, yeah, something really is missing from this part of the storyline, and I don't know what it is.
There's no build-up. There's no build-up.
He should have had moments where, the real personality starts breaking through, where he's like, almost, I'm going crazy. I don't know what to do. He doesn't want her help, and yet she's always there. Like, they could have played the beat so emotionally and given him almost to the point of not even almost, that she needed to rescue him. The reverse rescue.
I know what it is.
They dropped the ball.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Yeah, they could have done a lot with Gabby and stuff, and they dropped the ball with her.
I just realized what it is. Anthony just helped me out. You know what it is? You know what the problem with the storyline for me was? I literally just saw this storyline. No, I literally saw this storyline 2 years ago with Ben and Sierra and with Chad and Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's what it is.
It's a recycle.
Yeah.
It's like you literally did not move this. Like, I'm sitting here listening, and I'm like, okay, this was another brainwash situation. where Stefan was brainwashed to with Chloe, and I'm looking at Lee, and I'm like, y'all really could have set something up, and this whole EJ and stuff. I'm like, y'all, look, some people are doing Soap Jesus' work, but Soap Jesus needs to come in and intervene a little bit more. Amen.
You know what? I can't be invested with Chad and Stephanie. If anything, Chad being with Stephanie, that actually let Alex be free more, and also Gwen away from Xander because I love them together. But I'm really enjoying the chemistry with Alex and Gwen. They're together.
Yeah, a lot of fans like them together for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure, but I'll keep watching. What about Johnny and Wendy?
Don't get me started on Wendy.
Uh-oh.
I can't. No, I'm sorry, but I just can't with Wendy. I'd rather see Johnny with Chanel. I just feel the chemistry with them. As soon as they're in the room, it's like Marlena and John. They have this chemistry in a bottle, and you can't deny it. It's just so cute them together. And I like when Paulina gave him a warning. She's like, boy, there's so many women in this town. Why you got to go after my daughter?
Yeah.
Yep.
And Johnny goes, yeah, you got a point. And then he's like, whoa, maybe it's like a Wendy. And I'm saying to myself, anybody, Johnny, please, anybody, but not Wendy. It's just, I'm sorry, I could see Wendy with Tripp, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you guys think about Talia and Tripp?
I like that personally. I think there's chemistry.
I'm liking Talia, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to take a page out of Candace's. I want to see a little more as we get to know her a little better before I make judgment.
That's a fair assessment.
All right, Miss Carolyn. The whole, Days World had been waiting and waiting and waiting. How you feeling about Hope and Harris and Miranda?
How is everyone loving this storyline? I know it just seems to be that they're putting it towards couples, and then we've got Bo and Hope, and they're, I don't know, are they at just the ends of everything? It's strange.
Oh my God!
They're north and south right now.
I am loving this. I mean, I'm so glad we're done with this double storyline. But I am loving the cryptic, where the three women were in the cryptic chamber, and we had Megan. That was fun. And don't hate me, but I love Hope with Steve Burns' character. Harris. Yeah. The chemistry is there. I mean, they don't have to be like a solid couple, don't get me wrong, but I do feel the chemistry, and I see it, especially on Beyond Salem when they were together in just that brief moment of time. The chemistry is there, and if they build on that, I think that's going to be an exciting journey to take until she does get together back with Bo.
Candace?
Okay. Let me just say this. This is actually the second part of Beyond Salem 2, which we kind of said it was going to happen on the mothership and everything. I'm fine with what's going on right now. I know some people are not liking the pacing of this, but what I do like, I like it because you know what? It's a throwback to 80s and 90s, Days of Our Lives. It's the adventure. It's the family unit. It's the relationship. I like the fact that, because I feel Ron Carvani and I want my memo because I said, that Bo was going to have Emmys and he was going to do Megan's dirty work and stuff like that. I love the history of this whole storyline. But Dave, you kind of threw me for a loop.
I like the bad boy aspect of Bo.
I like the bad boy too. It's like because Megan wants him to really delve into his curiosity side, which I think we now know. We're going to speculate. This is going to lead up to how they address Victor's, you know what I mean, like the Victor situation.
Yeah. I think when he left, he was bored, and I think he's going to really come into his own this time around.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is that Bo is investigating. Why is there like a folder on me and everything like that? And if you saw today's episode, I know a lot of people. There was a lot of heat because of a certain line that was said on Days of Our Lives regarding the kids. And yeah, I mean,
I didn't see it today.
Well, do you want me to tell you or no?
Yes, I want you to
go
tell
ahead.
me.
I missed it.
Okay,
go ahead.
So basically, so Bo knows. Bo found out he has a grandson. You know, Sierra's kid. By the way, for those who are keeping score, Sierra's pregnant again.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it was in Maryland, and it's crab cakes, not clam cakes. Whoever did that writing, as a Marylander herself, and I saw that, and I heard that, and I was like, no, it's crab cakes. So anyway, so sorry, I had to get that out there because
typo, typographical
that's
error.
a sore spot. Yeah, that's a sore spot with me. But no, Kayla kind of was saying that he has a stronger connection with Sierra, and I was like, okay, Dave, I need y'all to stop because there's been a lot of people on social media who's been saying the writing for Sean has not been as strong, and they hope that Sean is really a part of this storyline. And stop trying to be Sierra versus Sean because we're not doing that. It's equal up. It's equal. Now, if anybody got something to say about this, this would be Chelsea. Thank you. But no, I'm fine with what's going on right now because this is like a great adventure with the couples that helped make the show.
Right.
I'm looking forward to, I understand the reason that they had the three women because what they said was they were trying to kind of get everything in gear for the storyline. I'm fine. I'm like Dr. Rolf, and I'm like, Megan, you still got a hissy fit, girl, 40 years? Let it go. Let it go. But I'm saying.
Let it go.
And they're in Greece.
Yeah, I'm like Taylor. Right. I'm glad you see your brother, right? Because at first, going back to Kate, I'm like, if I saw somebody that looked like Bo, I would think I would be losing my mind. I'd be like, what did this drug or what did this woman do to me because I'm seeing a guy that looks like Bo, and I know darn good well Bo is dead. Okay, same thing with Kayla. Kayla, love you, girl, but too, seeing is sometimes you got to be like, am I dreaming? Like, okay, I thought I was in heaven, but I wasn't. And now I see my dead brother. Am I dead? Am I still here? What is going on? I'm enjoying the Ann Harris, the whole Harris Hope thing. Okay. I mean, if you saw Beyonce on too, you heard what they said. Harris wants to know who he was before he got brainwashed, and Hope, obviously they're going to have to delve on that. Is the Harris and Hope relationship before we get to because nobody knows Bo's alive except for Kate and Kayla and Megan.
I got a quick question for the group. I'm just curious. Now that we've got Ben in town we got Alex Kyriakis. Isn't Alex Kyriakis, is he related to Sierra as a cousin?
Cousin.
Has that been explained yet, or has that been explained, or are they skipping over that?
What,
it hasn't
Alex
been explained
is Sierra's cousin?
Yeah, have they told? Did they tell Sierra that her cousin Alex is in Salem, or does she know yet?
I think they played that off screen. That
Okay.
But because I joked around at first before it was announced that Rob was going to be Ben. I said it would be funny, and knowing Ron Carvati, and they would have done it, is have Sierra come to Kyriakis' house and then bump into Alex, and they just look at each other, commercial break, come back, and be like, hey, it's my favorite cousin. Like, how's that husband of yours doing? Like, he's quite a looker. Have Rob kind of say it like he's quite a looker. And I'm wondering if they're going to do that, if they're going to have Rob, like green screen, and have both Alex and Ben in the scene.
Anthony, what are your views?
I'm loving the pacing of it. It harkens back to Days of Our Lives of old. The seeing Bo and it's Days of Our Lives. So at this point, you're okay with whatever happens because you're still watching, and I'm still watching. But I like that this is going to be drawn out for a while. I really do like the chemistry between Steve Burton and
Christian
Alonso. So, I'm along for the ride. Honestly, I'm over Miranda. I know this is going to go on for another couple months, but I'm so over it. It was nice to see you, honey. Now, can somebody run you over with a tractor? But I got to ask, because I did not do any research on this. I saw her posting yesterday or the day before that said Lauren Kozlow is out at Days of Our Lives.
I saw that last week. I was wondering.
We just going to kill her off after all?
She's going to be part-time. Just part-time.
Okay, so they're not killing her.
And they did do budget cuts. They did do budget cuts. So it's not just her contract has been changed. There's a couple of other people who are going to be dropped to the current, and some will be taken off the show.
But I think she went along with it. She wants to spend time with her family.
Yes, yes, I heard that. I heard that on another podcast that she's doing that exact what you said, Carolyn.
She's doing what she wants.
Time. Yeah, that's cool. I love that. I always love her. She's my favorite.
I'm a big fan.
Shout out to Dave again. Yes, congratulations on your renewal. So excited for that. But I also want to shout out to Ron. I'm enjoying the story that you've got going on with Paul and Andrew. Oh my God, they are just too cute together.
All right. Anybody else have any last words on Salem Days of Our Lives before we jump over to General?
None that I can think of right now. No, I don't have any. Anybody else?
David, are you liking what's going on David?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm enjoying it immensely.
Yeah, I think the acting is they're kind of spreading their wings. It's but I want them to do more with Leo. I love Leo.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is stay tuned because someone is coming on canvas that should be very interesting to Leo, and hopefully vice versa.
Oh, okay.
I can just say real quick, the rumor that the actress that plays Gwen is leaving Days is not true. It's just a rumor because she's got a new storyline that's coming up as well.
Oh, that's good to know.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Now that it's getting hot and heavy with Alex and she's going to leave. Oh, well.
All right, so we're going to head to upstate New York in a little town known as Port Charles. And, David, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to be the first one to say it. Lord have mercy, just let her die already. I'm so done. Just let her die already. Yeah.
I know, they are stretching it out. I see your pain, and I raise you. Yeah, I mean, they're stretching it out. I mean, she stretched it out so far already, and now we have to wait for Liesl to get the coagulant out of her system. They couldn't come up with that in the beginning. I mean,
I'm sorry. You have Dr. Finn, who has cured, snake-ridden diseases, et cetera, et cetera. You have the Quartermain money. You have the Corentos money. You have the Corentos name. You have the potential partnership with Lydia Wu. You could even go and beg Victor Castelline, is there anything going on that you can help me? Michael is just, Lord have mercy and help me.
They're
Lord have
spreading
mercy
him
and
too
help
thin.
me. They have
They're
never
spreading Michael too thin.
They have never written Michael well, but this really is taking the cake. You know, at this point, I don't care if she lives or dies. I really don't. And that's sad to say because, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, I loved this character. Candace, what are you thinking, girl?
Look,
I love Katie.
Look, let me put it to you this way. When we started this, when Willow was sick, I was still 40. I'm not 40 anymore. I'm now 41. So, my whole thing is that I'm just at flip. Like, I don't understand why we didn't pull the plug on this. Like, I mean, I had issues with the storyline prior to this, but it's like, okay, you constantly are teasing it. Again, why didn't you have a blood drive or a kidney drive? What the heck does she need? She needs a bone marrow. Okay, GH, your show is called General Hospital. To have bone marrow awareness, you could have done a whole good stuff. You know what, GH, I'm going to... Like you said, why wasn't there a bone marrow drive? Why wasn't there the Quartermain ELQ kind of drive? Okay, nobody else, I mean, Nina and everything. But now you got Obrecht, who has to wait 14 days because guess what, folks? Some of us on this phone actually do research. 14 days. It's been 14 days. Technically, in General Hospital world, it's probably only been about 2 days. But this is, look, next.
All right. Let's go. Go ahead, David. What are you feeling?
Oh, I'm trying to think. There was something I wanted to know. She's also planning a summer wedding, which I don't understand. I would think she'd be gone.
Let me sing that song. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. I don't see it happening, but I won't deny you. Okay, sorry.
I don't get that either. I would think she'd be gone by now. I would think it'd be too late.
This ain't Emily Quartermain. I should tell you that. Oh, sorry. I forgot. Forgot we was recording.
All right. Well, let's just jump right into the pickle of it. I do have to say, I love the escape. I love the showdown. I loved everything that happened on Spoon Island. Allie Mills, please come back as Heather whenever you want to. Write more for Heather. Bring her back. All said and done, though, I still want Esme. I still want Esme to pay for what she did. Drawing this out this way, I'm seeing the potential of what this storyline could be, but having experienced now, Faith Roscoe, all the various, incarnations, I know it's not going to go where it could go and where it should go. And that is bothering the heck out of me. But I will say kudos. You gave us a good, solid, ending to Ryan Chamberlain. However, I think, y'all wrapped it up a little too fast. It should have been a hostage situation or something. We're talking the 30-something years of obsession with Felicia, 6 years or so of obsession with Ava. He should have just put a bullet in Heather's head and said, shut up, I'm taking these two. But, I didn't want to see Heather dead, so I'm glad that part didn't happen. But, they could have milked that part of the storyline and harkened back. See, the difference between Days of Our Lives and General Hospital, and they play on the same level, so to speak. I mean, General Hospital necessarily, take people to heaven, then pretend that it wasn't heaven and nobody's been possessed, but they basically play on the same, on the same storyline level. Y'all could have drawn that out. Y'all could have given us some real juicy stuff. But I did love every single moment of it. Okay, I am so done with the character of Austin. I don't care who his family is. I don't care who he's running from. I don't care nothing. I saw a rumor the other day that it is possible that he will be back as Franco. Okay, good. Kill Austin and bring Franco back. Really? We haven't heard from you in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, go Will.
What's going on, and Kenneth, you may agree with me on this, I'm feeling what they're doing with Esme is kind of like have her stuck in this corner where we're feeling she's like the Nell Benson character. They're keeping her lagging. That's all they're doing is lagging. It's not going anywhere. I mean, they're trying to put the train to the field, but I'm over it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm over that. Victor, I'm done with that too because it's like how many times are we going to go try to get after Victor? I know that the tease was that everybody in town was probably going to go after him, but now we're getting a lot of prolonging for it, and of course we know why that is because of the nurses' ball. They want to spread everything up to connect to the nurses' ball. So I have a few little teasers for you. Here we go. First of all, the danger is going to be deep this year at the nurses' ball. Someone is going to get the bullet, but it won't be Sonny. So that's going to make everyone like, oh, who gets shot this time? That'll be interesting. Here's another part. Is an unexpected return shatters lives. So that's going to be interesting. And then the third one is for Utrina Nation or Sprina Nation, get ready because there's a challenge coming that could break the couple up, but there's hope only if Spencer makes the right choice. So prepare yourself. It's going to be an exciting spring.
All right. Candace,
Will.
do you care if it's a weather machine or not?
Well,
do you even care how it ends?
Okay, here's the thing. GH, we need to talk. Because I feel as though this is the right time for me to say it. I'm going to give you some kudos. Because you started this story last year, about the Ice Princess. But you didn't have the bones. Yeah, you didn't have the bones, and it wasn't the right time. Now, it's your 60th anniversary. This is the perfect time to revisit one of your most popular storylines, as long as you do it right. Because, yeah, you don't have Luke, wink, wink, but you got Laura and Robert. And I did hear Spencer and Trina going to be a part of it. Okay, regarding the Esme, the Ryan, and the Heather thing, Allie Mills, John Lindstrom, you better get an Emmy nod next year. You better get an Emmy nod next year, okay? Let me just, and Avery too, girl, because you did some stuff. You did some Jesus' work too. Let me tell you something, though. I don't like the Hakula storyline. I'm going to say it. General Hospital, that was your ultimate fail because it served no purpose. When Ryan was gone, I still wanted Felicia to be the one to shoot him. I understand Max doing it, but I really wanted to, for the history purpose, be Felicia. Have her be the one to take him out. Okay. This whole amnesia and everything, okay, I see what you're doing, GH. I see what you're doing. You are trying to make us feel some kind of sympathy towards this character. Well, you used a character that I'm going to be honest with you. The actress was great, but the character failed, and that was Nell, because they rewrote her from what she came in as to how she left out. And the thing is that the same thing, the same pattern as Nell, because I said this about Esme. They were following the Nell Benson pattern. You bring a character in who has their own agenda. But to make them even more connected to the audience instead of standing on their own 2 feet, you connect them to a character or characters that we fans have interest in. We all had an interest in Heather Weber. We definitely had an interest in Ryan Chamberlain. So, hey, why not put these two together to have a love child who's done some crazy stuff? I'm still not buying it. That's the sad part. Actress Avery is a great actress. Don't get it twisted.
She is.
But this is not, especially after today's episode. I'm like, GH, you need to either have her be conning, or I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I'm not. No. Sorry, not feeling it.
Not feeling it.
Oh, I've got one more last one. Forgot to tell you that this might make Candace smile, but for those of you that got tired of Nina and Sunny being together, something's going to happen, and Nina gets a new lover, and Sunny may or may not get reunited with Carly after fate takes a plan in their hands. Get ready, because that's going to also be an interesting story, too.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the right time for them to get back together. Let me just address this real quick. It was only a matter of time before they started to go back to the Sunny Carly route. And I think for me, and I'm just going to speak for myself, I don't know what I need. It felt like I had a break, because I still feel as though they don't know what to do with Carly. With Sunny, at least we saw some changes.
I feel you. Yeah.
I'm hoping. I am going to say I'm praying, because it's just, I want Carly to. I need for Carly to face some consequences.
Yep.
I want certain things to happen before I get a Sunny and Carly reunion.
Yes, I agree.
Because I feel as though if your main purpose is to quote unquote make Nina feel a certain type of way, then because this happens every time with different people that's not
women.
Carly. Yeah, and I mean, now if you tell me Brenda's coming back, Maurice Bernard, I saw what you said. I don't believe you. But
I don't believe it.
Know.
I don't.
It's the 60th anniversary. You gotta do something, buddy. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sorry,
well,
but
Candace,
it's one of these surprises.
Go ahead. I was going to just say, Candace said,
if one of these surprises is Brenda, I will be happier than a pig in mud, and I really want to say the four-letter word, but I can't because we're on air. I'll be happier than a pig in mud. And y'all all know I have been, I ate crow the last show. I wasn't here 2 weeks ago, but I ate crow the last show that I was here because I really wanted to give Sunny Nina as much of a chance as I could. I enjoyed the chemistry between them. I really did. I did not think that it was sweltering. I always said back in the day, oh, my God, if Faith and Sunny actually knocked boots the way that Ava and Sunny did and then, turned it out, Carly be gone. Carly be gone. That was a woman that could handle him, that could run with him, et cetera, et cetera. Nina was never going to be able to handle the life of Sunny, but I loved the juxtaposition of it, especially since everything that happened with Steve Burton, they even played the reversal of the Jason Morgan, Sunny, Jason Quartermain, losing the memory thing. That's where they were originally going with the storyline. And I kind of feel like they think that the redemption of Esme is to make her Jason Quartermain Part 2, but that's a sidebar. Coming back, I would be overjoyed. I hope that there are more surprises than just Tracy Quartermain, Holly Sutton, and Luke Spencer. Because we're getting Luke Spencer. I'm sorry, but the writing is on the wall. We're not getting him long term, but we're going to get him. But I am hoping that the surprises that they're teasing us aren't these three, because we already know they're coming. I would love for Brenda to come in and throw a big wrench between both of the women. They keep teasing that there's going to be something that draws Nina and Carly together. What better way than Hurricane Brenda? And okay, let's do us one
That's
more
true.
hot little storyline. Let's make Evan, what's his name, Dex, somehow related to Brenda.
Oh yes, that's what. Yes, that's what I want.
Because
I
we
want
don't
to
know
what they started out.
about X's family. So let's make Dex somehow related to Brenda. Let Sonny shoot him like he shot Dante, but not kill him. Brenda comes flying into town, bang, bang, boom. We got 6, 7, 12 months worth of storyline. Yay! Hello.
Now you know, and you know I love you. You know that. But that's too easy. That is too easy for them to do that. But I will agree. I do think.
Let me answer that though. At this point, the Hook Killer line, they made us stay with all this, and it was nothing.
Right.
We had to go along with the Esme, Heather, Ryan, and in the end, I actually loved it. Okay, I'm down with it. But Anna on the Run, Victor, they admired us in storylines for 3 years now, back and forth. An easy storyline for the 60th anniversary would actually please a lot of people. You know what? Go for it. Revamp. And at that point, build a big one General Hospital. One. Not 4 umbrella storylines that you start this one, then you let it simmer. You put another pot on the back right-hand side, and then you let that simmer. Then you got one on the left front, then you got one. No. One big umbrella storyline after all is said and done. Go ahead, Candace. Thank you for letting me interrupt.
No, not a problem. Here's the thing. It would be too easy to say Brenda. It would be too easy. But you're right. They're going to have to connect Dex to somebody on Candace for us to really take an interest in, right? So I was sitting here and I was thinking, I was like, Candace, be a soap writer for once, right? Pretend you're a soap writer of a soap opera like General Hospital. What would you do to make Dex a character that so many people would be interested in, that the character will have a major investment in the Sunny orbit? Easy answer would be Well, let me
think my idea would work.
Yeah. The Brenda thing would be great. That would be great. But can you imagine if this was AJ's son?
AJ's son, yes.
No, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if it would be better if it was AJ's or Jason Morgan's illegitimate son. Remember he went on that biking road trip and disappeared for a couple months way back when?
Uh-huh. But here's the crazy part. The reason I say AJ is because, think about this. You have Dex going up against his own brother. Because this is
Yep.
GH, you would be actually taking care of 2 things. One, have Dex come back to avenge his father's death, right?
Uh-huh.
2, you got another Quartermain. 3, Michael versus Dex.
Yep, and ultimately speaking, in Dex's eyes, it's Michael's fault.
Uh-huh.
Oh, girl, I like the way you think. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And you know what?
Yeah.
If we could, I would. If they didn't go that route, I would make Dex Lily's son.
Lord.
No, because
now you said,
no.
Okay. I'm not going to lie.
Take it, Candace. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, David. I'm not going to lie. That thought did cross my head because the thing is that General Hospital, and we've seen this. We're actually dealing with it now. It would be too easy, like I said, for Brenda, because that would be the money right there. It would be the money for AJ. But I'm sorry, Dan and Chris. I really am sorry for saying this. But they're going to take it back to a character that not a lot of GH viewers, not saying us, but some of the newbies don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And that would be really.
Yep.
Or I
and
said this too.
There's very little to think about.
Right.
Yep.
because they're going to have to retcon Lily. So basically, Lily had a child or she's still alive. But then I said to myself, I said, Candace, hold up, girl. There's another person out there that could have probably had a child by Sonny. Could it be Claudia? But Claudia died. Could it be Faith Roscoe? No, she did. Do y'all remember Angel?
I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God, Angel, yes.
See, by the way, Will and David, y'all played right into what I was saying. But Anthony and me remembers. Y'all don't remember Angel, Frank Smith's grandchild? Go back to mid-2000s. Mid-2000s, like 99, early 2000s. I'm going to post a picture, and you're going to be like, oh, crap, I remember her.
Who played her, Candace? Who played the role?
I'm going to be honest with you. No offense to the actress. I can't remember the actress' name. But that was Frank Smith's granddaughter.
Yeah. I would love that. And you know what? If Lily was alive, let her be in charge of that pipe company that's trying to control Sonny's organization. That'd be fun.
It can be Lily because
I am very okay with that. Yes, and let her somehow have a partnership with Lydia Wu. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. That her daddy staged the whole thing for her. She got out of it because she knew she was pregnant. She didn't want to have a kid being raised in the Sonny world, et cetera, et cetera. Only after years of not finding true love herself, she became better. Her daddy died. She changed the whole thing over to this pipe corporation, et cetera, and bam, she back for vengeance. You know, we do have to hark into something that's been put out there more than once. Maurice has said, he's counting his days. He's not going to be there for a lot longer. So what is the storyline that's going to take him out?
But I wouldn't do that to the history. You know what I'm saying? Like, Click, Click, Boom was like a top 5 story arc, like storyline. And see,
Honey.
Yeah, I know.
The only thing worse that they could reverse is one day BJ come walk in and say, "Hey, Mama, I'm sorry. I should have come back about 10 years ago." They have reversed so many storylines at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see. Go ahead, David.
If they were to if Sonny ever did leave GH for a while or good again, I could see where Brenda would be the perfect exit story for his character. Yeah. Just to say, this is what's going on with Sonny, and this is what's going to happen, and move on for that character, just to move on, so that way Port Charles can still continue, with the rest of it. I think that would be interesting. I mean, like it was mentioned, you're curious about him, is Dex. If he was to be, I guess if he was to be related somehow close to Sonny or even an enemy, either way is a win-win, because you got some fireworks right there between Dex and Sonny, and they already planted the perfect seed. Sonny's already being protective of Dex because Dex saved his life. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. I still do like the idea of Dex being Jason Morgan's son from some, person he hooked up with when he was off on his bike tour. I do still like the idea of that too, that he's back to avenge his father.
Didn't Jason date Karen Wexler?
Karen, yes. But
that's a good one too. What Candace said, someone nobody heard about. Only we know because you watched General Hospital back in the day. But I remember Karen Wexler, but I wasn't sure if she dated Jason. But I do remember
they wouldn't be able to make that work because of Port Charles. They rewrite anything. So you know what? Maybe, but the time difference. She popped up on Port Charles like a year and a half after she was off of General Hospital. So she would have had to give the baby up completely and not raise it herself either. But it just doesn't fit with the whole storylines that we watched on Port Charles.
No, I'm just saying, on that part.
Now, when he was out on his bike tour, he hooked up with somebody in a bar. she, the girl looks a lot like Carly, whatever it be, and then bam, here comes the kid, almost 30 years later.
Anthony, whatever happened to Jagger?
He's with
Whatever happened to Jagger?
What
was the last
Jagger?
The last time we saw him was
Jagger Stone's brother?
Night Shift.
Yeah, it was on Night Shift with his son Stone.
Yeah, does anybody remember what happened to them? Did they just vanish in the sunrise or
No,
whatever?
they moved back to I think they moved to either San Francisco or they moved away to Seattle. Thank you.
Okay, I'm just saying that would be a cool character to bring to General Hospital is Jagger's son, which is Stone's nephew, right?
I would. So the last person to play, the only person that played him was Cameron Boyce, who you guys may know from Disney Channel, from Jessie, and he passed away. He passed away. Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, but what I'm saying though is if they, how they surround the characters, what if they were to bring, another character like him into the mix? Don't you think he would fit into the now present time?
Well, they're bringing Emma over, so Emma's gonna factor into the big summer, the big teen, young adult storyline. So I mean that's workable. But I gotta say, I'm sorry, I'm going back, and Candace is gonna jump up and down when I say this. If you're gonna bring a character back, it's time to bring back Serena Baldwin.
Thank you.
Who are you saying, David?
Yes.
Serena Baldwin. There is a lot of story there, and especially I do not think, and Candace, I think you're going to yell at me and scream at me, I don't think Cody is a lost cause yet. They've invested way too much, and they did not end it when they knew that Kelly was leaving as Britt. They did not end that well, but I don't think we're done with Cody yet. Cody is not Drew. Drew got to go. I'm sorry. Drew has got to go. Where are you tomorrow, Born? Come back to General Hospital for a couple of weeks. Let them fall in love. Let her, divulge that she has what's-his-name's baby. And he says, okay, you're struggling. I'm going to be with you. Boom. Let's ride off into the sunset. You people can go. Because everybody from General Hospital seems to move to Seattle. Rick Springfield went there. Bobby went there. Jagger went there. Everybody goes to Seattle. So you know what? Go to Seattle. Go get rained on. Have a good time. But they should bring back Serena Baldwin.
Drew can go missing when everybody goes to submission to take on Victor. I say let him disappear and just let him not return.
David, we haven't heard a lot from you other than the stuff we talked about. Oh, we haven't talked about Lucy.
Yeah, we haven't talked about Lucy. She's a lot of fun and a mess. And I'm enjoying
I love her mess. She has been a mess her whole entire General Hospital Port Charles career. I absolutely. If you kill Lucy during the nurses' ball at General Hospital, we get a divorce. I'm serious. You cannot bring her back to kill her again.
No,
I'm just saying. She don't have to be on our screens every day. I love when she's on our screens. She don't have to be on our screens every day, but you kill her, and we get a divorce General Hospital.
Well, at least the child separation.
No. You kill Lucy, Anna Devine, or Carly. Those are my three. You kill them three, and I'm out. Any last words on General Hospital before we jump over to L.A.?
No, I don't have anything.
All good.
All right, David. What are you loving? What are you not so much loving on the Bold and Beautiful right now?
I am loving Ridge and Bill. I just applauded that with everything, except for the hair. I don't know why he did that with his hair, but I love that the two of them teamed up together and trying to take her down. I mean, she has been such a mark for those two, and it's very entertaining watching Sheila unravel.
You know, if I had been there on the show 2 weeks ago, and my apologies, everybody, I'm so sorry, but some family drama going on, lots of stuff, but I would have been saying something completely different. I'm loving that Sheila is the Sheila this is the Michelle Stafford Phyllis. I'm loving that Sheila's back to the Sheila that we know and love. I'm loving the Bill and Ridge stuff, but I wish that they would play the beat of the undertone of it all just a little bit more. You know, they had success with Taylor and Brooke, but that's because the primary audience for soaps are women and gay men. You're not going to get the same reaction with Bill and Ridge. So I hope that this is a temporary situation, and you know, once all is said and done, we get back to where we normally are. Candace?
Okay, so let me just say this. Bold and Beautiful, you know, for the last couple of weeks, so a lot of people have been saying this and that and everything else. But the one thing we all kept wondering is, was we going to get a March Madness cliffhanger in the tradition of everything? And you did. Because the thing was, we kept saying something's not right with Bill. People kept speculating. He's been poisoned. He's been hypnotized. This is a fake Bill. All this stuff. I kept saying somebody got something on somebody. Like either Bill got something on Sheila, but I'm thinking Sheila got something on Bill. When I saw that boy walking, and I was like, let me find out, because I thought Bill and Deacon was in cahoots. When I saw Ridge,
I did too. I was hoping. I was hoping.
When I saw FBI, I was like, oh, shoot. Like, wait a minute. What's happening here? When I saw it was Ridge, I, like, literally fell out. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, complete shock. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. But it made sense. It made sense because the fact is, one, Bill and Ridge are not besties, clearly. But they do have a common goal. And it's not Sheila. It's not, look past this. The main person is the family, but go deeper here. The fact that Sheila shot and almost killed Steffi.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks, this is going to be a Steffi moment. And Bill has said countless of times he will do anything for Steffi. To be completely honest, Bill and Steffi fans, get ready to hear what I'm about to say. Other than Katie, Steffi is Bill's love of his life. And he would do anything for that girl. Case in point, this. Steffi almost died. Finn almost died. It's because of Sheila. The fact that Bill is using what else? His charm. His patois. On Sheila, yes. Do I think this? Because here's the thing. They got to be kumbaya right now. But do I think this is going to continue? Heck no. I ain't looking for them to be best friends forever. They got a common goal. Once that goal has been done, it's back to normal. It's literally like, it's like, okay, we did our thing. Okay, get back to sewing clothes. Bye. What? I love it. I'm loving it.
And I'm gonna give 1,000% kudos to Mr. Willie Bell, Mr. William J. Bell, because honestly, you did shock the hell out of us, and you're playing on all of the historical beats without rewriting history. You're giving us a lot of what we've always wanted, you're hitting on beats that target the history.
You mean Brad Bell?
I said Willie, didn't I? Yes, I mean
Yes,
Brad
you
Bell.
did.
Thank you.
Well, Brad, well, we're giving kudos to your father because he created Sheila, he created Ridge, and and then we give you credit, Brad, for continuing the story. There you go. I helped you out, Nancy.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right, Willie, how you feeling about the whole Thomas thing right now?
It's nice to see that there's a woman that is attracted to Thomas that is not Hope.
Preach.
And
David?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I was disappointed because of the turnaround. I feel bad for Liam right now. He has every right to voice his opinion and how he feels because the man is a user and a manipulator, and he doesn't want to see his family in trouble. And this is going to be hard for him. And no, I don't believe in the turnaround right now. I think it's too quick just because Taylor goes into a couple of his his sessions. That doesn't mean he's automatically better. He's trying, and it seems like he's just starting out. And he should have started a long time ago because we never saw that. So I don't believe that he's changing at all. I still think he wants Hope. I feel bad for Matt Atkinson because I think they should get him out of that and have someone of his own. But I don't know why they can't do that. That's my problem right there. And that poor little boy is turning into him.
Yep, that's what I'm afraid of, Candace.
Okay, so let me just say this real quick. This is such true to Bold and the Beautiful history with Thomas that I am going to say this. The reason that Thomas is sabotaging himself is because he feels as though he deserves it all. He feels as though the same way that Thorne thinks he should have had it all, but Ridge was a block in his way, is the same thing with Thomas. And I'm sorry, folks. The thing is that Taylor and Ridge has babyfied him for so long. This boy was screaming for help, and nobody listened to him. Okay. His obsession with Hope is not new, and it's not old. The factor is that Hope is a representation of something for Thomas, okay? With Douglas, because I know everybody has said their piece about this and whatnot. Douglas is a child who learned from his father. This is why we tell people, especially parents, what you do is being watched and heard by your kids. And they don't know the difference between if this is a good thing or bad thing or if this is something. Because here's the thing. Douglas is going to turn out worse than Thomas. Because and you already seen it. You already seen it. The fact that he was like, when Hope was saying, oh, your dad and me are going to work together, and now Douglas wants to go back home and live with Hope. Okay. Douglas realizes if I cry wolf, Mommy Hope is going to come running. Thomas, you taught your son how to do that. Hope you're happy. Because I do fear that Douglas is going to do something to get Hope and Thomas back together or something like that. With Thomas, okay, Thomas, honey, I'm going to be your therapist. Let it go. Because you want to see, here's the problem. You have a problem with why they can't give him somebody else. I have a problem with why Thomas couldn't walk away from the Forster family. If your family doesn't give you that the respect, and I understand Ridge, I understand, it's like Thomas did something, he was playing God. But Ridge, so were you, buddy, back in the day. Let's not forget that, okay? Everybody in that family has done something almost as worse as Thomas or close to it. Okay, Thomas, you will never be your sister. You will never be your baby sister. I have to keep saying that. Thomas is older than Steffi. You will never be Steffi. Your parents have favorites. Sorry, they do. If you want to stand on your own 2 feet and walk away from the obsession of Hope, you have to take it upon yourself, Thomas, to prove to them that you can do it, and not only them, but for yourself as well. See, Taylor, this is where the therapy comes into play. You can't be mommy and you can't be the therapist. You have to be either or. Thomas has to learn that he has to face his consequences, and that does mean maybe not being a part of Forster. Thomas, you need to own up to it. Do I think Thomas loves Douglas? Heck yeah. But sadly, he also sees his child as an opportunity to get close to Hope. Douglas sadly understands that, okay, I know my daddy loves me, but I don't understand some things. He's a child. Hope, girl, I think he's cute. No, we're not doing this. Because like Liam said, Thomas can do every bad thing in the book, and he was almost had. But you constantly saying, okay, we can work together. You're feeding into Thomas's mindset. Thomas has a disturbance problem. I didn't say mental. I didn't say abusive. I said disturbance. And this is a disturbance to you, Hope, because it's like, how much can you take before you finally hit your limit? This storyline, I tell you, and yes,
he's
I'm glad
stroking
that
his ego. That's the problem.
Well, it's not even stroking his ego because here's the thing. When Steffi was asking Hope, so do you think he's cute? First and foremost, Steffi, what the heck happened to you? You're like on that. You're acting. I swear, sometimes, girl, I get why you was named the namesake. Because you're over there stirring the pot, too. And this is why, like with Thomas, I need for Thomas to kind of call Steffi out a little bit more. Like he said, this was all your idea regarding the Ridge and Taylor and Brooke stuff, all that. But, like, you ain't face no consequences. Now, Steffi's all like, so do you think he's cute? Do you think he's cute? I won't pressure you into anything. What the heck is that about? Wait, when did that happen? Huh?
Oh,
when did that thing happen? I must have missed it.
It was, like 2 weeks ago? I think it was 2 weeks ago when they were having the conversation.
Okay, I was just checking, Yeah,
because it was like, and it was kind of uncomfortable because it's like, Steffi's like, I saw the way you looked at him. You think he's cute. And then Hope was like, okay, yeah, he's cute. Like, but what's this got to do with the, and I'm like, exactly. What does this have to do? So I'm like, okay, Steffi, are you going to try to make it up to your brother by, doing something, or is Douglas going to do something? Because my feelings is Liam is right on so many levels, but something's going to happen where either Hope kisses Thomas or something happens to one of the babies. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, God. Thank you. I had a vent. I had that in me. I had a lot of that in me. So thank you for letting me. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Willie?
Yeah, I'm like you. I'm enjoying the real Sheila and not the cookie cutter version. This is awesome. I always enjoy the real Sheila popping out and getting vicious and crazy and paranoid and all that. I miss that part of Sheila because that's the fun times. I don't know what to think between, like what can I say? I don't know what to think between Steffi and Hope because sometimes they just, it seems like it's out of scenes or something when they're talking to each other, and you swear like they don't even think it's Thomas's like the brother or stepbrother that he's supposed to be to Hope. So it's very confusing and it's very crazy. Just it's all out there. I don't know what to think about that.
You know, I hope that there's a master plan under Stephanie's, under Steffi's facade, so to speak, because otherwise it is really creepy. He's done all. Let's not forget, he was having full-on conversations with a mannequin.
Mm-hmm.
That he basically dubbed the reboot. Okay? So, Steffi, you better have a master plan under this, because, cuckoo crazy. And thank you for pointing it out. Yes, they were raised as step-brother and sister. Step-sister and step-sister. So, Steffi, you better have something under your, up your sleeve here. Because otherwise, this is just creepy. Now, I am going to say this and curse to everybody out there who disagrees with me. God bless. I do want to see Bill and Steffi the reboot. I do. I like Finn. I like the character, but I'm ready for a shakeup. And I do hope that the storyline. I hope that the storyline brings us to Steffi Bill the reboot. There's plenty that they can do with Finn. Plenty. And Sheila will either be dead or locked up somewhere or on the run, and we don't know where she is, and she'll pop up again in a couple of years.
I totally agree. I feel the chemistry stronger between Bill and Steffi than I do Steffi and Finn right now.
And Finn is so wishy-washy. The way that they can accomplish that is that he can have a change of heart again and try to help his mother somehow. And then it all comes unraveling. That would, on top of what Bill and Ridge are doing, that would line it up perfectly.
You know what I've noticed? So it's weird, and Candace, you can agree here or not, but don't you find it odd that Finn just seems a little detached from Steffi ever since he supposedly came back from the dead? It just seems like he's really not himself or he's off. It's just not the same, in my opinion. Their chemistry is not as strong as when he was first with her before he got shot. And now that he's already back with her, it just seems like that's not the issue anymore.
I don't mean to sound like a Debbie Downer, but Bold, I need some more investment in Finn, the character, not the husband, but the character.
Yeah.
Why isn't
More
he
Finn.
more involved in the Sheila stuff? And that's his birth mother. So my question, Bold, is what are you doing with Finn? I mean, Tanner is a very nice-looking man. He is. But, and I love seeing Steffi in love. I love Steffi, y'all know how I am. But I'm like, if he should be a little bit bigger in this Sheila storyline than what he is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, I would love to see.
Why bring him back from the coma? Because it makes no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just so weird.
This is the okay. I wish that on the sideline, Finn was trying to do something to get revenge on the fact that Sheila shot and almost killed him and Steffi, right? I'm like, okay, Bill and Ridge can be the heroes, but I just wish Finn had a bigger part.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
too.
like that unexpected hour moment that we've all been craving for. That would be the perfect moment for Finn to feel that peace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm waiting for that true throwdown moment between Finn and Sheila. But the way it's stacking up at the moment, it don't look like we're getting that. Again, Bones is great with the surprises. It could be that, he's been so wrapped up in his part of it that he has been a little bit distant with Steffi, et cetera, and now will that cost you your marriage? You dragged it out too long. You didn't let me in on what was happening, and now the marriage is gone. But
that would make sense. That would make sense.
It would make a lot of sense, and it would use Tanner, because you got to admit, in the scenes between Tanner and Sheila Kimberlin, they do have a beat. They hit those beats quite well.
They do.
So now picture it when he finally blows up and lets it all go. That would be Emmy real worthy. All right,
but
let me
they
do
have
time
to
checking.
They have to invest into this. The writer has to be invested into the story and not just give us a little bit. We need to be invested full throttle here. We need to, like Candace always said, we got to move forward already. We got to move forward with the story.
You can move forward, but you also got to play certain beats, and I think that's one of the things that Bo sometimes does right and sometimes doesn't. Because again, like I said, you have this Sheila story, right? And there's certain people, like obviously, like I said, Finn should be a major part of this and whatnot. And he's not even like 15% in. And I don't get it.
And the worst part is we're March right now. We're March Madness. You would think, okay, Sweeps is over. They can still keep up with story in March. Well, is this what we're looking forward to as we're going into summer? I mean, what makes me question, what on earth do they have planned for Finn? Because otherwise, like I said, they should have just kept him in a coma.
I'm telling you, we're going to get that moment where Finn is more involved, and he's been, locked up in his own head, trying to figure out his own part, et cetera, et cetera. It either has to be that, or they're getting ready to get rid of Finn, the character, altogether. Because there's no development of him with anybody else on the canvas. There's nothing else. There's no business ties holding him. There's nothing else holding him to the canvas. So unless they're playing the beats, and that's going to be like the, opening of May Sweep Shocker, that he's been all along somehow in the background of all this. If that doesn't happen, then there's nothing else left to do with the character.
If I was writing this and I see that the story wasn't going anywhere for the Finn character, I would have written him out already. So I agree with you on that, totally.
I want to see Tanner more involved. I want them to keep the character, but I want him to be used.
Like you said,
okay. This is where they're underutilizing Taylor too, because Taylor should be up in Thomas's face for certain things that she's not, and she's placating and playing, but she should also be there with her daughter, like, hello, honey, I have 40 years of experience of this. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And she should be doing the virtual bitch slap, so to speak.
And we know, well, if you guys follow Krista Allen, she did explain that she's been gone for a while because she had to deal with a personal situation. So I'm thinking that's another reason why we didn't really see much of her in this. But I am there's certain people that I'm just like, okay, Bo, you do got a solid storyline. Especially today's episode of Bold and Beautiful, I was like, I just put my hand on my hip and I did the whole shaking my head. I was like, you darn show you. Okay. Thank you for clarifying something for me. But also, I'm like, I need Lee. Yeah. I need my Lee. I love her. I do, like I said, with Finn, and I know, here's the thing. I think because there are certain people that needs to already be placed in this storyline for it to have that climax. Do you see what I'm saying? We don't have Lee. You would think Lee would be more into it as well and everything.
Yeah, she would be.
I'm just going to say it. Where the heck is Jack Finnegan at?
Yeah, I want Jack back.
I mean, I get if, out of the two, and I sometimes this is a thing, so nobody come at me, but sometimes this is a thing where a writer has to pick sometimes if both or one character is more inclusive and more involved, but I still need Jack. You see what I'm saying? Like the main focus of the three, you're not playing either one of them in this beat, and it's kind of like strange.
I have no personal inside information this time around, I swear. But I'm telling you, there's a twist in this, and it's going to involve Finn. And if the writers are smart, it will also involve Lee. There's a twist in this. It's not going to play out the way we're thinking it's going right now. And it's gonna drag out for the first 3 weeks of April. Then we're gonna get a solid push that last week of April, and then it's gonna go fireworks the first week of May. That is Bold and the Beautiful's history. That's what we see every year in some storyline. So watch for the twist. That's basically, all I can say at this moment. So we are at the 9-minute mark. We have covered all 4 shows. Y'all want to play a little bit of Emmy predictions?
No.
Not yet. Well, even though I do have my draft already.
I don't have my draft yet.
Because here's the thing. Coming up next month, you guys, is the Daytime Emmy nominations. I will say there has been some changes.
The closing period of their, submissions is done already. So
yeah, it's done. And certain people did put out their reels. Kevin Spiritus did put out his guest performer reel. You can go ahead on his page and take a look at it. I think I can say this. I think I'm allowed to say it. The age for the younger performer has dropped. It's now 18 and under. They took a vote.
Yep.
Which means...
I'm sorry, that's the way it should have always been.
Yeah. I see what they were doing. I understand it. But you have more support now. This is where Candace is like the biggest kid in the candy store. The categories to watch out for the nominations come in a couple of weeks is going to be supporting because of that rule, just what I just now said. Because General Hospital, I see you over there. I see you guys. Nicholas, Taviana, and Eden, and even William Lipton, and Avery. I think Avery is above the age. They can submit for supporting.
We're not going to get Cameron, William Lipton, because we're going to definitely get Avery, Jocelyn, and Spencer submitting. But then we've got to look at the leading ladies and who's going to put themselves in as supporting. Nancy LeGrand can't put herself in for lead this year. So she will consider putting herself in for supporting. And same thing with Cynthia Watros. Where is she going to put herself? She's not going to put herself in leading. She's going to put herself in supporting too.
I will say this. I don't know anything. I'm just saying. I will say this, though. Attention, stars of the Bold and the Beautiful. Beyond Salem, because Beyond Salem is allowed to be in this year again. Days Are Alive, General Hospital, and Young and the Restless. I want you all to listen to me very carefully. And executive producers, this is the 50th anniversary of the Daytime Emmys coming up. Switch up. Because here's the thing. I want to see new blood in a lot of these categories. I want to see certain people in these categories that I didn't think y'all was going to even recognize. Because for supporting actors, I'm going to tell you something. General Hospital has a bunch of people that deserve this category.
So does Days of Our Lives.
So does Beyond Salem. And okay, let me address this right now. I know some of you guys want a certain person to be in lead actor. I'm just going to say it. I feel as though Peter Reckell might go into guest performer.
He can't go for lead.
That would make sense.
Well, here's the thing.
He can't go for lead or supporting. He's going to have to go for
right.
guest actor.
But that's what I was going to say, because I think some people don't understand. Because yes, he was on the five straight episodes. However, because it's going to be interesting because they actually can put him in supporting, but not lead. Now I will say this: Kristen Alfonso deserves lead actress category. Yes, she does. Hi, baby. Victoria Caulfield, this is going to be interesting. Will she go in for Days, or will she go in for Beyond Salem as supporting actress?
Yes.
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 Sharon Case.
Yes.
Did Sharon Case and Robert Newman, did they submit for Y&R?
I don't know, and I'm glad you said that too, Will.
Yeah.
Attention, Young and Restless. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who did I put on my list? I put 3, a 3 lock in for lead actor, because some of these shows are going to get a 2 lock, meaning 2. Anthony, you know this: 2 nominations or 3 nominations from the same show.
Yeah.
So depending on how this all plays out, I have for Young and Restless for lead actor, and I'll just say it right now: Peter Bergman. Okay.
Thank you.
Bryton James. Yes, I did. It did. And my star next to my star is Jason Thompson. Now, when I say
Brayton's
switch up,
put himself in for supporting again.
yeah. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I understand that's for some a safe. I understand. But Bryton, you've been on the show. You know how I said this on Twitter.
I agree with you 100%.
I think you need to do lead. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, sometimes you got to roll the dice, baby. And I'm going to say this because I was thinking about him. I mean, I think all of us was thinking about this person, Christophe St. John.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, the one thing about Christophe St. I'm going to cry. Darn it. Christophe St. John is he took chances. And I know Josh, Tony, I don't know if Tony was still a part of it, but sometimes you got to roll the dice to see what happens because you never know. You never know what can happen if you change it up a little bit. Because the thing is that for supporting, I want to see Sean Dominic in that category. Mark Grossman might be in that category. Okay.
Yes.
And Michael the one who plays Kyle, I can totally see that.
Michael Miller.
Michael Miller.
Yeah, thank you. And Robert Newman. This is why I said this category of supporting actors and actresses.
Robert Newman's going to go for guest performer. I can tell you that.
I'm going to tell you right now. Well, here's the thing. I don't think they're going to do that. Me personally, I'm not, I just think they're going to do, because they could even put Richard in, but I think because of I'm just going to say, politics, they might not, and they might put Robert. Say that?
Richard's not going to submit because of how it all went down, and
right,
the
that's
personality
what I'm saying.
of the actor,
Yeah.
he doesn't care. He doesn't care. So they're not.
Minute and a
they're
half.
going to put. All right.
So, everybody, please check us out on Blog Talk Radio. Our past episodes, our past interviews, which has been fabulous, by the way. Continue to support the soaps. Congratulations to Days of Our Lives for their 2-year renewal. Congratulations, General Hospital, for all the content you've been giving out. Congratulations on Saturday to you, 60 years and loving it. Young and the Restless, congratulations to you. And Bone the Beautiful, Bone the Beautiful, happy 36th anniversary. Because, it is what it is.
They are beautiful, and we will be back in 2 weeks with another fabulous show.
Yeah.
Say good night, everybody.
Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit TakeTwoRadio.com.